Okay, let's talk. Let's go through the solo for "In the Mood" by Rush. So the solo starts at the very end of chorus. I'm gonna go through one phrase at a time. Um, but before we start in the solo is in the key of A. It plays both A minor pentatonic, A major pentatonic scale. So you got A minor pentatonic scale, the fifth position. You got 5/8, 5/7 on D string, 5/7 on G string, 5/8 on the B string, and 5/8 on the E string. And then also you have this little box right here, kind of intertwined with the minor pentatonic scale is the so it's basically it's the bottom part of the A major. So you got the minor and the major, which is 5/7 on the E and 5/7 on the B string. Um, the A major pentatonic scale would be 5/7 on the E string, 4/7 on the A string, 4/7 on the D, 4/6 on the G, 5/7 B, and 5/7 on the E string. And then also it throws in that little the A minor pentatonic scale goes. It also goes to that part right here, the ninth fret on the G string and 8th fret on the B string. Okay, so that's basically the scales that I used in this song. So the end of the chorus and play the first phrase for you of the solo. It goes like this. So instead of playing the E major chord, it goes to it plays his. So that's the first phrase. He goes and plays slowly again. Okay. So what I'm doing is there. After I play 4/3/2 on the G string, and I play these 7th fret on the G string and 5th fret on the B string. And when I play those two notes, I gotta bend the 7th fret on the G string to the ninth, like a whole step up, basically playing from 7th fret to ninth fret. It's the same note as the 5th fret on the B string. So you don't move. You play the 5th fret on the B string, but you just leave it, and you bend up the 7th fret to ninth fret, whole step. So and you do it 3 times, and then you do it 6 times quickly. So 6 times like that, and then 5th fret on the B string, hammer on and pull off on 8th fret. And then this is the part we're talking about the major and minor combined together. 7th fret of G and B, and 5th fret on the G and B. So you're basically playing like a D minor, a D major power chord, C power chord. So again, 5th fret, hammer on, pull off on 8th fret, 7th fret G and B, 5th fret of G and B, and then 7th fret of D and G together, and then 7th fret of D. So the whole thing slowly goes like this. Okay, next phrase. So this is all A minor pentatonic. So 7 on the D, 5 and 7 on the G, and 7th fret on the G string, bend up, full step. And you do the 7th fret again, bend up, full step, and release back down. And you pick 7th fret again at the natural position, pull off on 5th fret, 7th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G, and 7th fret on the D. So again, the whole thing slowly. A little faster. Alright, so far the two phrases together goes like this. Okay, the next phrase goes like this. Alright, so that's it. Let me play it again for you. Alright, so I'll play the 5th fret on the D string, hammer on the 7th fret, and 5 and 7 on the G. And then 8th fret on the, it's like a passing note, you play the 8th fret on the G and pull off on 5th fret. And the 5th fret, 7th fret on the D. And then 7 and 5 on the G string. You pick it, and you play the 7th fret again on the G string, pull off on 5th fret. 7 on the D. And 7th fret on the D, pull off on the 5th fret on the D. 7th fret on the D, A string. And then 5 and 7 on the D. G5, D7. So the whole thing slowly. Actually, the last part, 5th fret on the D, hammer on the 7th fret, and then G5 and D7. And play again slowly one more time. Next part, 5th fret on the A, hammer on the 7th fret, and then D5, A7, and then A3, A5, and A3. Alright, next part. You go 5th fret on the A string, slide up to 7th fret, and then 5th fret on the D, 7 on the A, 7 on the D, and then 7 on the D string, pull off on 5th fret, and then play the 7th fret on the A string. D5 and A7. The lick goes like this again slowly. Alright, so far I'm going to play it from the beginning to what we just learned so far slowly. Well, let me play the first half of the solo at slightly faster than what we just showed you. Here's what it sounds like. So that's the first half of the solo. Okay, here's the second part of the solo. It's a double stop. It's basically playing two notes together. It goes like, it's kind of like Billy Gibbons and ZZ Top. It goes like this. So that's the second part of the solo. So let me go break it down slowly. The first part goes like this. You play 5th fret on the G and B together, and then 7th fret alone on the D string, and then 7th fret of G and B, and then 5th fret of G and B. And then you play the 7th fret on the G and B together again. I use my pinky and my ring finger. My pinky is on the B string, 7th fret, and my ring finger is on the 7th fret on the G string, and bend up, half step, and release back down. So it goes like this. So the first part goes like this. And then you play 7th fret G and B, 5th fret of G and B again, and play the 7th fret of G and B again, and bend up, half step, and release down. So basically, you got to play this part. You play that 4 times, all right? So last time, after you release right down the 7th fret of G and B, you got to play this 8th fret, 7th fret on the D. All right, and then you slide up, kind of like a quickly slide up from the G and B string, slide up to the 9th fret of G and 8th fret on the B. And after you slide up, hold it for a second, and you got one, and you do it 6 times, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you downstroke twice again. So far we have this. All right. After you play that, you gotta, and you kind of play the 8th fret on the G string. Slide back up to 9th fret, and then you play the 9th fret and the 9th fret on the G and 8th fret on the B string. Just pick it one note at a time and let it rain out. Okay, so the whole thing so slowly so far we have this. So after you play that 3 times, and you slide from 9th fret on the D string, slide to 11th fret, and you play 10th fret on the B, 11th fret on the G, slide down to 9th fret on the G string, and then and after that you play the 7th fret of G and B with my index finger, and then slide down and play 5th fret of B and G together, and use my ring finger, and then you play 7th fret of G and B again, 5th fret of G and B, 7th fret on the D. So that one part right there, and play slowly, and play from the beginning of the second part of the solo again. 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's like 4, 8, 6 times. 2 more times. All right. If you play a little faster, it sounds like it. The next part, you play the 7th fret on the D string. I kind of a little quickly slide up the 7th fret, and then 5th fret on the G, back to 7th fret on the D, and then 7th fret on G and B together, 5th fret on G and B, and then play the 7th fret on G and B again. I use my ring finger and pinky again this time because I had it bent up. And 7th fret on G and B again while I was natural position. 5th fret on G and B, and 7th fret on the D string, and 7th fret on the A string. So that last lick goes like this. Just one more time. And the last part of solo. So blitz, I play 5th fret on the G and B again, and the 7th fret on the D string, and then 7th fret on G and B again, bend up, release, and that's it. And then it goes in, and then after that goes back to the chorus. Okay, so that's the whole solo. Then play from the beginning to the solo to the very end, slowly, so you can have the solo down. Go back to the chorus. So that's the entire solo for In the Mood.